I am re-recording this today. I recorded it and it turned out this little mic went out of battery, so I have to do it a second time. The footage you'll see of the final look is from the first time I recorded it. I just thought I'd walk you through how I did the look separately. It's currently 85 degrees in this apartment, so things could be going a little bit better, but this is literally like the 5th to last day before we move, so I don't have to deal with it much longer. Also, I've been trying a new like wavy curly hair method, and I honestly feel like I'm getting better at it. It's not as hard as I thought. All I did was really put in leave-in hair conditioner, gel, and then scrunched it up with a towel and with my fingers. So I think I'm warming up to my natural curls. It's just that I don't like to wash my hair very frequently. I really don't wash my hair more than like every 5 days. And so unfortunately it doesn't always look good on like the 3rd, 4th, 5th day. So I'm still experimenting. We'll see if I keep this method or not. But I thought it was very siren-y, mermaidy, so I thought it would work with the theme of today's look. First, I will be starting off with sunscreen. I actually got this in Italy. I'm looking forward to living in Europe because I feel like sunscreen restrictions are a lot stricter in Europe than they are in the US. This is just the Anthelios 50+. It's fine, but I do plan on going to Trader Joe's later today, so I do need to put this on. So in the summer, I like to do kind of like a dewy look. My skin is very much on the dry side, so in order to get it dewy, I have to put a layer of oil underneath the foundation. So today I'm going to be using the Vitamin E Overnight Serum in Oil from the Body Shop. Pretty sure you're supposed to wear it before you go to bed, but I don't find I have any issues wearing it during the day. Alright, then I'm going in with foundation, which is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. The one that I used to use is no longer sold in the US, which again, I won't be in the US much longer, so it doesn't really bother me, but this one works too. This is the part where I look like a raccoon for a little bit. Next, I'm going in with the Clinique Chubby Stick Chubby Stick for contour. I find that a lot of women put their contour very low to the point where it kind of elongates their cheeks and their cheekbones. I don't like to do that. I like to almost like suck in my cheeks and see where my natural cheekbone is. And then I'm using this lip and cheek pencil. I don't actually know what brand it is because I've shaved it down. Next, I'm using this Maracuja Juicy Glow from Tarte as a highlighter at the tops of my cheekbones. It is really good. It's one of my favorite highlighters. The issue is that there's really not a lot of product in here. It goes up like maybe a centimeter and then you're out. And then next I'm going in with the NARS concealer. And setting that with this translucent powder from, I can't tell what company. Also, side note, but my nails have gotten so long just naturally. I mentioned a few months ago that I've been trying to not use any gel or dip products because I found out they contain carcinogens, or that using LED lamps also can be carcinogenic. I thought my nails were gonna break off and that I wouldn't be able to grow them very long because I always had very brittle nails when I was younger. But it turns out that was not the case. I still haven't broken a single nail. And I think that's because when I was younger, I lived a very unhealthy lifestyle. I truly didn't value my health at all, so I didn't really care what happened to me. And now that I'm feeding myself such healthy foods, I'm staying hydrated, I'm working out a sustainable amount, you know, balanced amount. I don't drink a lot of alcohol. I take really good care of my body. My nails are stronger. So just thought I'd give you guys an update on that. So for eyebrows, I try to do as little as possible. And the reason for that is that I've had something called eyebrow blindness in the past. If you are an OG viewer, if you've viewed my stuff for a while, you probably know what I mean. I used to make them like very bulky and dark with like no space in between the different strands of eyebrow, because it's very hard to judge how your eyebrows look to other people. It's almost like a type of dysmorphia that takes over, and you think in your head that you need to do that looks good because otherwise it'll look like your eyebrows are bald. Turns out that's not the case. This is a common experience for people to have eyebrow blindness. So I really don't trust myself to do much. I just try to brush them out with the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil, to contour in a little bit of the sparse areas on the outer edges, and then to stick it in place also with this Benefit Brow Gel. Okay, now I'm going to do something a little bit atypical. I'm going to set both the contour and the blush and the highlighter. First, I'll start with the NYX Matte Bronzer. For the blush, I've been using what I think is a Blush and Eye palette from Lancome. I use the paler one, and then this is the shade I use for the highlighter. They're all very like glimmery, dewy, so even though it's a powder blush, it still looks very pearlescent. All right, moving on to eyes. A cream eyeshadow just as the base. So these are the two I'm using. One is Laura Mercier, another one is Lancome. These all came from like a gift bag somebody gave me. Not for YouTube, like a family member. And then I'm gonna go in with this Tartelette palette from Tarte. Funny story about this. I was visiting my friends in London one time. They just stayed for one night, and my friend left, I think it was this exact palette in my hotel room, and then she left early the next day. I wasn't gonna see them again for years, and I used that palette for years, and I loved it so much that I finally bought one of my own like last year. It was definitely time to throw out the old one, but I love it. Somehow this smells like chocolate. I'm using one of the lighter shades. I'm using the shade Wanderer because even the light shades look quite dark on me. And then the same shade that I used for highlighter, I'm going to put on the inner corners of my eyes and also on the top of the eyelid, just for a little bit of shimmer. Next, for the winged eyes, I'm going to go in with the darker shade, either a black or a dark brown, and use this very thin angled brush to sort of scaffold the shape of the wing. So if you're not very good at liquid liner, which like I'm okay at it, but I prefer this method, an easy way to sort of map out how you're going to do it is by using a small angled brush like this. Alright, and now I can go in with the liquid liner. I just use like the regular Sephora one. So for like more of a siren fox shape, try to focus on the outer wing and the inner corners, because if you put too much on the center of your eyelids, it's going to make your eyes look more round. Okay, then just gonna go in with a little bit of crayon on the outer corners of the bottom lashes using Urban Decay. And then also setting that with the dark eyeshadow and the angled brush. For mascara, I usually just use whatever free trials I get with points from Sephora, so this is the Rare Beauty. And then the very last thing, just to add a little bit of plumpness to the lips, I love using Too Faced Lip Injection. This is like lip gloss, And I remember the first time I started using it, people were asking me if I had lip filler. I would never get lip filler, for the record, or any kind of filler. I am convinced that filler is probably going to get found out to be a carcinogen in the next few years. It's just a hunch that I have. The key is to put it also at the top of your cupid's bow so that it inflames that part. Yes, it does sting a little bit, but it's worth it because, as you'll see, it'll be a big difference. Every time I'm wearing lip gloss and my husband tries to kiss me, he always asks, is this the one that's gonna sting me? And that is the finished look. Kind of like a dewy, pearlescent siren. And you'll see with the outfit will add like a little bit of like Victorian oomph to it. Here it is with the hair in its natural form. This is what the final look looks like. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big like and comment your thoughts, and I'll see you soon.